There we go. Does that work? That works. Hey, surprise. I've been down here. Hang on, let me mute the TV. There we go. Oh, down here working away on some various stuff and trying to get some income coming in and being a little frustrated, but that's neither here nor there. So I figured I'd take a couple minutes and do some dry brushing and stuff on the Sherman. There's a couple little pieces I gotta fix up here. And so anyway, let's get to that. There we go. I redid some of my setups and stuff on OBS, so it's like, okay, what button do I push now? I don't remember. Okay, so do I need this on here? Let me take the clips off. I mean, they help keep it on there, but they're kind of in the way. So, let me turn my speaker off. No point in wasting the battery. So, what this is a mix of 62 and 65. To me, olive drab and desert yellow. And I didn't... It's got more olive drab in it than I usually do. So it's a little dark. But that's okay. I don't really care about that. But I do want to do some weathering on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some dry brushing first. I'm going to start with dry brushing is what I'm going to do. So let's see. That is pretty close to where we're at. This is quite a bit lighter. And this is a whole lot lighter. And that's fine. So let me... and I'm sure many of you have already heard this spiel from me. The camera's here, Jim. I don't know who you're talking to over here, but the camera's here. So I'm going to get my flat wide brush here. And this is, a lot of times, a lot of people say get a soft brush for this. And that's true. You want soft, but you don't want it so soft that it just kind of goes wherever it wants to. So this is pretty stiff. This is a Royal and Long Nickel Zen 1/2 inch brush. And I probably said that wrong. Sorry. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here and take some of this. I need a stick. Oh, well, I can use this. Where's my tube? Oh, well, we'll just do this. Because I don't really... See, usually I will take a paper tube and stick over this and then I'll start this motor and let this thing go. But what happens is, as you can imagine, you get paint everywhere. So anyway, so I'll just do it like this. Right? I'm gonna wipe this off. Put it off to the side. Go back here. Shake it up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Never mind. Don't go there, Jim. Don't do it. So my trip to California was very awesome. Not that you probably care, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway. So I went out to go to see a buddy of mine, go to a concert with him, and come to find out, the whole thing was a setup, because my partner had got a hold of. Basically, the three of us used to go to these concerts. Okay, why is my camera so far down? You know what? Hang on. Let me. Is this better? Not really, is it? What happened? I moved my computer around. So I have a feeling. Hang on. All right, well, I'll lean over here. How's that? I'll try and do this with it way up there. So, and yeah, there's stuff all over my bench. So I'm just doing dry brushing here. So I've got this Tamiya Khaki XF49, and I'm just brushing, and this is getting a little heavy, and it's okay. And I'll tell you why it's okay is because I'm going to come back, with at least one more color, if not two more colors at some point. And in here, there's going to be mud and all kinds of stuff in here. So I'm not worried about this one being heavy. This layer. All right, flip it around, do the other side. And it's really hard when you get in here on these wheels and stuff anyway. So it is what it is. And you'll notice the rubber on the road wheels has not been painted. That's pretty standard for my MO. And I will tell you why here in a little bit. I'm getting kind of crazy in here. Now I'm going to do the bottom of this thing, but in all honesty, by the time I get done with everything, this bottom's just going to be covered with mud most likely. But this weathering is a layering process, so just go with it, right? Just go with it, man. Go with it. And you can get pretty crazy down here for that reason, because it's just gonna get all crazy and stupid looking and whatnot. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but hi, Cindy. You see how this detail's already popping out? What? You want to go out, right? Well, you picked a horrible time. Your timing sucks. But hang on, let me see what I can do here. Hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta let the cat out. The cat. Whoa. Come on. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, so I don't worry too much about this first stage of dry brushing because I haven't done the wash at this point even. And honestly, nobody's ever going to pick this up, at least not at my house. So doing this bottom stuff like this right here is kind of pointless. But it's a good place to start because you can kind of use that to judge how your paint and your brush is acting and whatnot. Okay, I am going to remove this turret so that I can get to all this stuff. Just like this. And you see how these edges are popping? And I know it probably doesn't look stark on camera, but believe me, it's stark. Here in a real life, it's definitely stark, and it's okay. I personally like super high contrast and whatnot. I'm not a big fan of 75 layers of low contrast stuff. Now that said, as I will say now and always do say, you do you, right? I'm just telling you what I like and what I don't like and why. And that's okay. It's like I say about everything in life. If you can explain to me why you hold the position you hold, I'm good with that. I don't have to agree with you or disagree with you. All I ask is that people are able to explain why they think what they think. I think that's fair. So I'm gonna stop there because I don't want to go any further. So I am making sure I'm hitting all the edges. That's really what this is about, is making the edges pop. And so, I always try and go one direction, but it's not really possible on armor because there's so many different angles and stuff, and you just kind of have to do what you have to do. Yeah, that was a little bit much paint, but that's okay. Like I said before, we'll just mix it into the process somewhere. It'll be fine. This khaki, is a pretty decent color, so we can take it and turn it into dried mud effect, basically the same color. This thing's definitely going to have a major amount of mud on it, so, you know, that'll be fine either way then. These are the casting numbers right here that I'm kind of paying a little bit extra attention to. A few little details here that I want to make sure that I get. Okay. Get this off of here. We'll go to our turret. Now this is not going to take long. So my typical thing with a turret, I put the barrel down. That gives me access to the back of the mantlet here. And so that I can get in here real quick and get the edges. Right? Get these edges. Around here. Now I'm going to come in. Again, I'm just trying to make sure that I get the edges. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing here. Okay, sorry. So I did the mantlet, went around the mantlet edges, and now I'm doing the muzzle brake and then coming back to the mantlet and making sure I got that. Okay, now I'm going to come back, get some more paint. Make sure that I'm really dry. And I want to make sure that I'm really dry because there's just not a whole lot that we need to do a lot of relief on here. Especially on the side, like where I'm at now. So I'm just doing the edge. See how that edge has come up, popped? And that's the goal here, is just to give it some depth. Yes, it's a 3D object, but it's also a miniature, so it doesn't have the same light reflecting abilities as the full-size thing. So therefore, you don't get the same properties of the light. You don't get the same luminosity and reflectance and stuff as you would on a full-size one, because it's different. It's not full-size, right? Oh boy, that was a lot. Okay, that was a lot. Let's see what I can do here. The paint's getting dry is what the problem is. So I completely covered up that decal. And this is just a little bit of rubbing alcohol, which is a solvent to the Tamiya paint. So there we go. So I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to try and fix any of this. Like I said, there'll be other colors and stuff. So I'm just going to move on. And you know, we'll do a dust coat and whatnot. So, you know, things are there's still a lot that needs to happen here. So yeah, with this initial run, you don't need to be, you don't really need to be shy. Now, is that a little bit heavier than I would like it to be? Yeah, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Main thing, like I said, is make sure you get the edges. That's what you're after. You're after the edges. Okay, now I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to dump a little bit of desert yellow in there. Not going to worry too much about it being mixed. This will lighten it up some more. And really, in my experience, 2 shades is plenty. I mean, you can get all kinds of crazy and do a lot of different stuff, but I haven't really found any reason to go more than 2 shades deep. And while we got the turret up here, I'm just going to do it first. Start on the side that's already dry. And you just want a little bit lighter touch with this than before. That's all. And you don't necessarily have to hit everything. Just a light touch, though. Okay, back here. I'm just really catching the edges here. I'm not gonna, this is gonna go pretty quick on this color. I'm not gonna, I'm just going over where I already was at, and I'm just looking to add some dimension. So I don't want to cover up what I just did, right? I'm just trying to add a little bit of dimension here. Do the sides real quick. Again, not trying to completely change anything, just adding some depth. Just like that. Okay. That's literally the end of that. That's I could go a little bit lighter, but I won't because, as I just mentioned, the whole thing will get a layer of buff. So we don't need, or I don't need to go any further with it. All right, brush is clean. Clean the palette out best we can here. This palette needs a good bath. Alright. Oh, I guess I should turn on, go look at the YouTube thing and see if there's anybody. Sorry if there's people on YouTube asking questions. I haven't been watching. Not much of an excuse, but it's the truth. Oh, and I got to change that. Edit. Sherman Part 3. Yes. Part 3. I also have to add another thing down here. Give me 1 second. As usual, I'm not prepared. Right? As usual, I'm not prepared. Log in. Yes. Oh, I didn't need to do that because I have it right here. Back. I'm so lost. No. Okay. What's up? Aren't you supposed to be working, man? Shh. Shh. All right. Let's see here. So that's as far as I'm going to go right now. I need to let that stuff set up, and dry. It needs to dry. Got off early with the next 5 days off. Oh yeah, you're going to Utah. You're going to Utah. There's a few good things about Utah. They have In-N-Out and Del Taco. Their gas prices suck. They got some beautiful deserts. Their gas prices suck. That's some cool gun stores. What else? Yeah, stuff like that. So anyway, so I what am I doing here? What am I doing? What am I doing? So, if you're just here for the modeling stuff, I'm done with that now. Now I'm just gonna talk. Right. So so I need to do a video on the F-16. I delivered the F-16, and that went fine. The story with that whole thing is it's my niece's husband died in an F-16 crash 30 years ago. And anyway, his dad didn't even know mom was pregnant. So he's the youngest of three. So he's named after his dad. But yeah, his dad died in an F-16 training accident. So I'll do a video on that and the whole thing, and I'll get some, put some pictures and stuff up. Or maybe I'll just put it on the Facebook page. I don't know. It may not really make for a very interesting video, but it was fun. Actually, Jeff here contributed himself. He actually found me the original kit. I ended up using at least 2 kits to get it somewhat correct, and printed the decals, and came out pretty good. Not perfect, but it came out pretty good. He liked it. So that was a big success. Then I got on an airplane and went to California, and realized when I got back from California that I could have went to OrangeCon on Saturday, but I didn't, because I didn't know what was going on. I did stop in at Pegasus Hobbies. I didn't buy anything because I didn't have any check bags. I flew United, and I just had the personal carry-on thing, which is like this big, because that's all they allow you. And so yeah, but that was a really good trip. Got to see my high school buddies, and that's always a great thing, and one of them is not only one of my best friends, but I consider him a mentor. So I get to bounce ideas off of him, and he gives me blunt feedback, and which is appreciated. I appreciate that kind of stuff. I'm not one of those, did you say that to me? Yeah, no, go ahead, say it again, until I get it pounded through my head, because I'm trying to improve myself here. Don't go easy on me. Right? So yeah. But yeah, I could have went to OrangeCon. But Pegasus Hobbies is pretty cool if you haven't been there. They even have there's some like vintage stuff on the shelves. They have die cast, they have RC, the train section is huge. They have a lot of cool sci-fi stuff in the display cases. They have, what are they? I mean, there was quite a few stuff. I'm like a lot of older, middle-aged, whatever modelers out there that we have a bunch of stuff that we've been collecting. So we don't really need anything, but they had, I gotta look it up because they had this big Godzilla kit. the box was pretty, and it was a really thick box, and I'm like, that might be kind of cool. And then they had in the display case, they had the Discovery from 2001, which that must have been 3 or 4 foot long. It was really long. Which I'm sure, most people are probably familiar with that ship. And they had a lot of the Pegasus War of the Worlds kits and Pegasus Hobbies. It's the same people that have the Pegasus model kits. And if you haven't built any of their stuff, it's I built their V2 and some of their airplanes and the snap-tight airplanes, and I think that's about it. But they're basic, but they go together great, and the detail's fine. I mean, the snap-tight airplane kits, you probably can't really say enough good about. The interior is as sparse as you would expect it. But the rest of the kit is fantastic. I mean, the detail's great. They give you decals or stickers, depending on how serious you are. And, I didn't look at the price, but they used to be like $10. They were relatively cheap. They're 48 scale. So, if you got a kid or something that wants to jump in on getting started, that would be... hang on. Okay. Thanks. Sorry, my son's at football practice. They're off all week, but they're still playing. They still got games this week, so they gotta practice, right? Anyway, he was just telling me he's already done, but he'll get a ride with Coach. Perfect. Works for me. So what? So yeah, if you're ever down there in the Montclair area in Southern California, highly recommended. It doesn't take a long time to go through everything, I guess it depends. It usually doesn't take me that long to go through because unless I have like a giant decal bin or something, then yeah, I'm going to look at every single decal sheet that's in there. So there we go. Pegasus Hobbies, definitely highly recommended. And lesson learned, pay attention to the calendar. It's probably best I didn't go. And actually, Jeff would have probably went with me. So it's probably best Jeff and I didn't go. Because, like I said, I didn't have any way to get anything home. I'd have had to ship it. And, yeah, nah. That's okay. I'll drive out one of these days. We shall see. Hey, that's it for now. As usual, take care of the people you love, and we'll see you next time. Bye.